So in this lecture, we are moving on to the special drainage systems, which consists of three. One is mole drainage, second thing is vertical drainage, and the third thing is bio drainage. Mole drainage, again, I have to say that it is a subdivision of subsurface drainage system. It is another classification of subsurface drainage system. It can be considered as a special drainage system also. Okay, so these are the things which we are going to discuss today. So first we will move on to mole drainage. You all know what is mole drainage because we have just seen what is that. Mole drains are unlined circular or oval underground earthen channels formed within highly cohesive or fibrous soils. Cylindrical channels below ground. Generally it can be channels which are made in very tight soils or highly cohesive soils like clay. Okay, they are not lined, they are not lined with any concrete or any stones or whatever things. It is not lined. It is just a channel made below the ground in clay soils. Okay, and it is formed at desired depth below the ground surface. The depth of formation will be generally 45 to 120 centimeter below the ground because we have to collect the subsurface water. So we have to construct the channel below the ground in such a way that the excess water from the root zone of the crop will be collected in that channel. So it should be at a distance below the root zone of the crop. So it is placed at a distance of 45 to 120 centimeter below the ground surface, and the diameter of the channel is usually 7.5 to 15 centimeter. It depends on the property of the soil. Okay, clay, different types of clay are available. So according to the property of the soil, this diameter will differ. And the spacing is normally 1.5 to 9 meters spacing between two channels. Clay soils having clay content over 3% are suitable for making mole drainage system, and it is constructed by using a device known as mole plow. We have already seen that. Anyway, so this is the mole drain which is constructed below the ground surface to 40 to 60 or 75 centimeter below the ground surface. Normally 120 up to 120 centimeter we can construct. So this is our ground. This is our mole channel which is constructed. Due to the construction of this mole channel, some cracks will be formed here. Later these cracks will be diminished. Okay, according to the because of the property of the clay. Clay has a cohesive nature, so these cracks will be diminished, and this cracks if present will allow the water to come into this channel. And we'll see what is a small plow. It is a long blade like shank to which a cylindrical bullet nose plug known as mole is attached. It is just this thing. Okay, so it is a plug, there is a plug here, and this is a shank. Okay, this shank, this area will be attached to the tractor or any prime mover. So there is a shank having a pointed edge. This is a pointed edge blade like structure. Okay, in that a plug is there. This plug is actually, what is this is expander. This plug is actually expander. So this is cylindrical in shape. First what we will do is we will dig, not digging, we will penetrate this shank below the ground surface and we will move the prime mover. So what will happen, this shank along with this plug will move, shank will make a hole and the plug will expand the hole. Okay, remove the soil from that particular hole. So likewise what will happen, the small channel will be formed. So this is the sectional view and this is the sectional view of that uh, moving equipment. So this is actually a mole plow. So the mole plow is drawn by a high-powered prime mover, example tractor. Mole forms a cavity at a set depth as the plow is drawn through the soil. Yes. Fractures formed by the coulter and mole provide escape routes for water through the soil and into the mole channel. So some fractures will be formed by this mole. Okay. So that fractures are used in future for removal of the water. That cracks form a pathway to the water to the mole drains. Okay, so that is the thing, and they are not effective in loose soils. We cannot construct these type of drains in loose soils like sand because they can be constructed only in clay soils because clay has the cohesive nature while sand does not have that. Okay, if the soil does not have any cohesive nature, then we cannot construct such a channel without lining material. Okay, so that we cannot construct that channel in loose soils. Mold drains are not suitable in heavy plastic soils where the mold seals the soil to the movement of water. Again, It cannot be used in loose soils as well as highly tight soils. It can be used in a medium, not medium, cohesive soil like clay only. Okay. If excessive cohesiveness or tightness is there, then all the particles will be sealed together. So water cannot enter into that channel. So it cannot be used for such kind of heavy plastic soils also. Okay. And mold drains may empty into open ditches, tile lines. It is not tie, it is tile lines or other mold channels. So finally this water in the mold channels will be delivered to tile lines or open ditches or mold channels, whatever it is, whatever the outlet is, we will deliver the water to that. When empty into open ditches, a short length of metal tubing may be used for protecting the outlet. When it is delivered to an open ditch, we have to provide a particular small pipe or whatever, a protective outlet structure should be provided for avoiding erosion, or avoiding the, what is that, sloughing of the channel, destruction of the channel. We have to provide small pipes at the outlet end. Spacing and depth of the mold drains are generally less than that of the tile drains because they are just unlined channels. Okay, they are not pipes. Okay, so smooth movement of water will not be possible just like in tile drains. So we have to construct these drains in a closer distance and a smaller depth. So spacing and depth of mold drains are generally less. And there is an ideal time for laying these drains, that is soon after the harvest of the crops, when the upper part of the soil profile has dried. Then after that, soon after the harvest, we can what is that, we can install this drain. And there is a safe length for the small drain. So maximum length of the channel should be 20 to 8 meter, otherwise it will not be effective. Okay, and it depends on the soil type. The 20 to 80 meter will depend on the soil size. Excessive slope of the channel leads to soil erosion. Of course, we have to provide a slope because water has to move inside the channel. So we have to provide a slope for the channel. That slope should not exceed a particular limit. When it exceeds the particular limit, what will happen? Erosion may occur. So that will destruct the channel. For avoiding that, the safe slope is proposed as 0.2 to 0.3 percentage. And the lifespan, this channel, you just assume that is a, the small trains are just unlined channels. So you will assume that it has no lifespan, some 1 year or 2 year. No, it is not like that, because clay is a very what is that, stiff and very plastic, very cohesive soil. So clay has the property of what is that, plasticity. So the lifespan of this type of channels will be more than 10 years. In most cases it is more than 10 years. 10 to 15 years the channel will sustain as such. And the relaying of mold drains every 3 to 7 years is a good practice. Even though it has 10 to 15 years lifespan, we can relay the mold drains in every 3 to 7 years for better drainage. And the length of mold and their effective lifetime are influenced by the following factors. You all know that length and their effective life will affect all the factors which is mentioned below: basic stability of the soil, uniformity of the soil, conditions at the time of installation, adequacy of their outlet. So all these things will affect the length of the channel and the effective life. And it is better to interrupt the flow in the mold channels by means of drain trenches installed across the mold channels at suitable intervals. If so, the drain trenches are installed and then the mold channels are made. If the length is too high, if the length of the mold channel is too high, then we have to construct some drain trenches in between the mold channels. Okay, for just what is that, if a large amount of water is coming, it will make the channel unstable. So in that case, we can deliver some of the water to the open trenches or drain trenches. So we will construct some drain trenches. Main aim of the mold drainage system is to establish a medium deep drainage base in the soil. It is mostly used in New Zealand, Western Europe and England. So because these areas clay soils are the major type of soil available. And the cultivation of mold lands reduces the effective life of such drains. If you are cultivating the lands which has a mold drainage system below that, then it will reduces the effectiveness, because if we are cultivating, then we will use many farm implements over that land. Okay, so that will suppress the clay particle or suppress the soil. When the soil is suppressed, it will affect the channel beneath that. Okay. So that is why we will see. The second type of special drainage system is vertical drainage or tube well drainage. This we have discussed earlier. So in this case, what we are doing is we will dig a number of wells at the same location and we will pump out the water from that uh, wells. So what will happen? The nearby subsurface water will be decreased. The pumped out water can be used for irrigation purpose or some other domestic purpose in the nearby areas. So we will decrease this particular process will decrease the amount of subsurface water or decrease the excess water table, but it will be that excess water will be utilized for some other use for irrigation or domestic purpose. So it is a actually a um, it has double advantage. And the number of pumping points over a small area provides lasting effect of pumping in groundwater decline more in the and we will construct the wells in such a way that their cone of depressions will interfere with each other. They should be in a closer distance such a way that their cone of depressions should, so these are the number of wells. The cone of depression of this well should interfere with this well. So the water from each of the well will be pumped out. All the well will be pumped out. At that time, what will happen? The water from here, this water table will get decreased and the pumped water can be used for irrigation or whatever it is. Okay, so double advantage is there. So this is another thing. So here you can see that cone of depression will be coincide. This is the cone of depression. When water is pumped, so what will happen? So this is a single well. You can assume that we are pumping water from this well. So what will happen? Water enters through this and it will reach here. So while water enters this plane, here a loss of pressure occurs. So this will be the water table surrounding this bell. So this forms a cone shape. So that is known as cone of depression. The cone of depression of this well will coincide with this well, have to coincide with this well in case of this multiple well system or vertical drainage system. That is the thing. And another special kind of drainage system is biodrainage. You all know what is biodrainage. It is a drainage done by using plants or trees. Mainly used trees eucalyptus because some plants have a capacity to extract more water than it required, or more some plants have the capacity to evapotranspirate the water more. Okay, so at that time what will happen? It will extract more water from the root zone. So such type of plants are grown in the areas having more water table. Then that plants will extract the water and it will decrease the water table. So that principle is known as biodrainage, and eucalyptus is one such plant which will extract more water from the ground. So here you can see, so these are the plants. Here the water below this plant will be lesser because it will take more water and it will transpire, so that the water table here will get decreased. It will remove the excess water here. So this is the principle of biodrainage system. Thank you. This is about today's lecture.